IconiCon is back. It's going to be live and in person this year. Find out what's going to be taking place courtesy your Suffolk Public Library. Join us today. We have two very special guests from the Suffolk Public Library to talk about IconiCon. Now this year, it's back live and in person, so we're all happy to hear that. So we're going to talk about the day of events as well as some events that are going to be taking place prior to IconiCon that are still connected to the big event in late April. So join us today to talk about the 6th annual IconiCon. We have Diamond Chavis-Waller, who is a community learning librarian, and Corey Bland, who's a community learning coordinator with Suffolk Public Library. Thank you both for joining us today to talk about this great event.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So, April 30th, right?
Yes.
We're talking about IconiCon, the 6th edition, so let's talk about what's going to take place the day of. And for people who don't know what IconiCon is, maybe they haven't been before, this year to go, what are we talking about? What's going to be taking place? And maybe the question should be, what is not going to be taking place? Because I know y'all roll a lot of stuff into the big day.
So IconiCon is basically a celebration of different types of fandom. So if you're into comics, movies, fantasy, sci-fi, anime, any of that sort of stuff, we are doing just sort of a big celebration of all that. It's sort of like a comic convention for people that may or may not have gone to that, but it'll be at the library, so it'll be like a little smaller scale, but we still try to like give you like the Comic-Con experience with like different sort of panels and an artist alley with vendors and stuff like that.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
And it's going to be held again on Saturday, April the 30th at the North Suffolk Library. When's kickoff? When's it start?
So it starts at 10 a.m. and it's going to run until 3 p.m.
Got it. Okay. So what's going to take place over the course of the day? I mean, kind of take us through it in a general sense, because again, I mean, the times, and I know you have a lot of information that's available online, so if we don't cover it, or maybe you want to just back up some of what we have to talk about, please visit the Public Library website. They have great information there, not only on IconiCon, but other things the library's doing. But in the meantime, IconiCon, what's going to take place the day of?
We're going to have an anime watch party, both at 10 a.m. and 12:30 p.m.
Okay.
We will also be doing a fantasy-themed story time
Nice.
At 10:30 and I believe 12:30, 1 o'clock about.
Mm-hmm.
We are also going to be doing trivia and karaoke outside right after that.
Okay.
So, a lot of fun activities for everybody. So.
And I know some people might think, oh, this is the kids' event, but no, it's not. It might be grown-up kids in a figurative sense, but in the sense that, I mean, this appeals to people of all ages and all different genres, which I know y'all try to cover a lot of different things, again, in the context of IconiCon. So you talked about some of the events that are taking place. Corey, do you have some other things to highlight?
We're also going to be having a Smash Brothers tournament. So like if you're into playing Smash Brothers, we in the past we've had a lot of people that were like super competitive. So like we're bringing it back, ready to see all them people fight it out.
Right.
There will be a $50 gift card from one of our partners, the Old School
Nice.
Gaming. They donated a gift card, so definitely enter, because get that gift card. But we'll be having other things as well, other contests as well.
Right.
So we'll have an art contest. People can submit their art to us, and we will display it in the building so people can like come in and like see the art. And then at the end of the day, we'll announce the winners for the different art age categories for the contest. We'll also have a writing contest, and for that one we partnered with the Suffolk News Herald.
Okay.
So the winner for that contest, their story will be published in the Suffolk News
Nice.
Herald. It should be sometime in May, I believe, is when they would publish it. And then the last contest that we're doing, we are having 2 cosplay contests. So we split it in half. We're going to have, earlier in the day, there will be one for the little kids, and then at the end of the day, we'll close it out with one for teens and adults.
Got it. Now, Corey, I think you've been with IconiCon since the beginning, right?
Yes.
How have you seen it grow over the years?
We've added a lot more vendors and partners, food trucks. Even attendance has definitely like exploded since we started it. So like it's been really cool seeing how it's evolved and changed over the years. But we always have like a lot of people like coming back. Like we have like families that were like, oh yeah, I can't wait till IconiCon's coming back, or like, oh, I remember what I wore last year and I got a new costume designed this time, so it'll be even better.
Now I know with the vendors, you're pulling people from all across Hampton Roads and beyond in some respects, as far as that offer different services or wares or whatever like that people can see day of. are they going to be set up inside, kind of in the main lobby, or are you going to have them outside? I know, because I know you've had a lot of space at North Suffolk, but this event sounds like it kind of morphs itself kind of in and around the whole facility.
It will definitely fill the entire building.
Right.
So we will have vendors both inside and outside this year. So we have a couple food trucks lined up. One is called Hangry's, and the other one is called Chesapeake Concessions. So they'll be outside.
Good.
We have a couple groups that will be outside. One of them is the Barony of Marinus. They're sort of a Ren Fair group, so they'll be outside doing like some sword fights and different things like that. And there's a group called Corgi Forge that will be outside like doing blacksmith work. So definitely a variety of stuff. And then inside we'll have a bunch of different like crafters and artists and authors. So a lot of different cool people to check out.
Very good. Well, Diamond, this is your first one with IconiCon, right?
Yes.
So what are you looking forward to? Anything special?
Definitely the Barony.
Okay.
And of course the Orkslarp, which is they're a soccer group.
They're a fantasy football league. Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So it's not officially soccer that they play, but like it's like a fantasy version of soccer.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And of course, I'm always looking forward towards the 501st Legion. Always
Right.
popular. Just very excited.
Yeah.
Even outside of Suffolk, IconiCon has such a far reach. I mean,
Right.
when I first started,
Right.
some months ago at my last job, we were like, we got to go check that out and see what they're doing and all that fun stuff. So it's very exciting to actually be here in person with everybody and part of the process. So we got a great lead, of course.
Great co-lead too.
Oh,
So
thank you.
we are getting it done.
All right, enough with the kudos. Are we? No. It's good stuff. Good teamwork here happening here in the city of Suffolk. And I think you hit on something. The fact that again, it's coming back live and in person this year. So there are some virtual things leading up to it. We'll talk about that in just a second. But I know people are really craving to be out doing things, experiencing things, getting back to, I'll air quote it, normal. And again, we haven't had an IconiCon live and in person since 2019.
Yes.
So I think staff, I'm sure, is really ready to get this thing back up and running like it used to, right?
Definitely. One of the things I think that makes IconiCon really special is the socialization, the whole community sort of coming together and like hanging out and sharing all their nerdy interests with each other and stuff. So I think that's like a really big thing that even though we did do it virtually, that is like the one thing that like we couldn't really capture as much without like seeing people in person. Like when you're like in person, you like see the person in like a robot transformer suit that they made out of cardboard. It's like, wow, this is amazing. So like, so
Zoom doesn't do it justice, does it?
Yeah. So we're really excited for that.
Very good, very good. Now we talked about, of course, the event is happening on Saturday, April the 30th, but there are things that are leading up to IconiCon that are connected to the event. You want to talk about some of those that'll be taking place between now and the kickoff on the 30th?
Yeah. So on the Tuesdays leading up to IconiCon, we are doing a series called Iconic Crafts. So on the 14th, we are doing a flying paper dragon craft where you can like build your own little paper dragon, and then it will sort of fly. So that's one of the things we're doing. And then on the Thursdays leading up to it, we are doing live talks over Zoom. We have some panels lined up. The first one will be with a man named Rob Richmond. He is the founder and sort of lead of an organization called Valix. It's a comic / rock band, so it's sort of a multimedia project that he's sort of spearheaded.
Right.
So that will be cool. He will be talking about everything that like went into that. So that one I'm definitely looking forward to.
Nice, nice. Now, when it comes to IconiCon, I know you talk about all the vendors that are going to be there and everybody that's participating. I would imagine early on, it might have been a tougher sell than it is now. And you talked about the fact, Diamond, the fact that people, you weren't in Suffolk, but you knew about the event and wanted to come check it out. Now you're co-organizer, so you're really involved with that, and I think that's great. But as far as the spread of this, and as far as getting the word out there and people knowing what's taking place, where it's happening, and the fact that the two of you and everybody else on staff that's involved in this are really involved with this, and you can tell it's a labor of love when it comes to IconiCon. Would that safe to say?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Well, jinx on that. but yeah, so all the staff are like super excited for this, and all our partners are also very excited to do this. We since we did have to postpone the 2021 and make that one virtual, some of the vendors from that one, they've been asking us for years at this point. They're like, so is it coming back? Is it coming back? Because we were ready to do it. So like, definitely everyone is going to be like very excited to be there and excited to like see all the people and stuff that come.
We've also been getting people who are new who email us.
Right.
And they're like, you guys are doing IconiCon? Like, I heard about it.
Yeah.
You guys going to be coming in? Can I come in and sign up? And I'm just like, oh, Next year. But I got you.
Yeah.
I got you in my mind.
And next year's now here, so
Yes, exactly.
very good.
We have vendors coming from Richmond, Virginia Beach,
Right.
all over, so it will
Yeah.
be very nice.
Now, the vendors not only will have things for display purposes, certainly, but also for sale. So there'll be some things that people can do that. So again, this is an opportunity to tap into maybe some vendors that are not in your backyard. You don't have to travel to them. They're traveling to you, right?
Definitely, definitely. Like there will be like some children's book authors, so you can like check out some of their stuff. There will be like people selling stickers, keychains, people doing art commissions. You can like come up to them and be like, "Hey, can you draw me this character?" And
Right.
they'll just draw it on the spot. So it's
Nice.
like really cool seeing all the different stuff.
Now, with the panels and things that are taking place day of, what are some of the topics and some of the areas they're going to get into?
So there is a group called Geek Wellness Education. We partnered with them for our panel, and they're going to be talking about banned graphic novels. Particularly, they'll be talking about the graphic novel Mouse, and they will have the comic book artist Gary Cohn. He's going to come, and they'll do like a short reading from Mouse, and then they'll sort of go into that topic and like answer questions about talking about like banned books and why or why not they should be banned and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. Now, if someone is watching what we're talking about today, they've never been to IconiCon before, maybe they've never been to some kind of an event that's kind of similar to this. I know it's kind of done in different ways all around, not only Hampton Roads, but around the nation and certainly internationally as well. And they think, okay, well, I'm into comics or I'm into, Smash Brothers video games or whatever like that. And they're going, but what can I get out of IconiCon? What would both of you, I'll give you both a chance to do it. Diamond, I'll start with you. What would you say to someone that's considering going, maybe haven't been before, and are thinking, this seems kind of overwhelming to me, but it's really not. It's really for people of all different passions when it comes to this type of entertainment.
Right. I would say, well, it's free. Let's start there.
Okay. I think you just sold a lot of people right there. Yeah. Done.
And I know for a lot of people, especially when it comes to going to more professional cons, not
Right.
saying we're not professional,
That's right.
because we are.
Right.
But cost is always a thing, and what's great about IconiCon is the fact that it's free and it's open to anybody.
Right.
I mean, like I said, I wanted to go at one point, and now I'm helping to
Right.
lead it. But more importantly, I think in this day and age now, when we're all trying to get back to normal, it'll be a great way to meet friends. It'll
Right.
be a great way to meet other families. It'll be a great way to find, I mean, if you're like, I need a button, somebody will have a button
Right,
for you,
right.
and I think that's the real important aspect of it, is just bringing everybody back together
Right.
in a fun, nerdy setting. So
Can't beat that, right?
Cannot beat that. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Corey?
Like I would say that it's just going to be a fun, welcoming experience. Like just in general, I feel like like cons seem like overwhelming, but like everybody there is like just super welcoming and always happy to see you. Like the people in costumes that you like run into, they'll probably more than likely be willing to like take photos with you. Like
Right.
it's just a cool experience that like if you haven't experienced it, like it's just really cool to like see all this stuff. It's like you're being transported to like another world.
So someone who shows up at the library that day and doesn't know what's going on might be like, what's going on? Right? I mean,
Yeah.
where did I go? Wait, did I check the GPS again? Did I go to the right place?
Yeah,
But
you
it is
go-
the right place.
You go outside and you'll be seeing the people in Ren Fair costumes.
Right.
You'll be like, whoa, they're out here sword fighting. What's happening?
It's all good. Don't need to call the police. Everybody's on the good.
Exactly.
Now, as far as when it comes to the costumes and things, and I think you mentioned the fact that I think before people were interested in thinking, what did I wear before? Maybe changing up a little bit. That's a lot of mixing and matching and learning from what others do when you talk about that kind of thing at these type of events, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. So like a lot of people, they like you can go out and buy costumes, but a lot of people also like make their own
Yeah,
costumes.
yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, like some people they made a robot costume out of cardboard. So like there was like a whole group of teens that were like getting with her and like discussing like, well, how did you do that? Like
Right.
what?
Yeah.
How did you do that? And like she was just like explaining it, and it was just like a really cool learning experience for them.
It sounds like a very sharing community that you talked about. I think both of you addressed that. The fact that if you don't know, this is a great chance to get in there and talk with people maybe who know a little bit more, and they can share their wealth of experience and knowledge on things, whether it's costumes or, again, collectibles or whatever we're talking about when it comes to what's going to be covered during IconiCon. So, again, Saturday, April the 30th at the North Suffolk Library. It kicks off at
10 a.m. and it's going to run till 3 p.m.
10 till 3. Perfect. And is it rain or shine? I assume it is.
Rain or shine,
Won't
if
rain
it
that day,
if it hopefully
There you
no
go.
rain,
Right,
no
right,
rain.
right.
We checked,
Yeah.
but at the moment it's going to be a sunny day. We'll see.
Well, we're
see
taping a
at the
couple weeks
30th.
before, so I'm not making them weather folks here. So, but
No,
you know.
I work in the library, not the weather.
But if somebody wanted more information beyond, I know mentioned on y'all's website, but do y'all have some social media outlets that are also tied into IconiCon that people can go find out more information about?
Yeah, Facebook,
Okay.
Instagram,
Okay.
Twitter as well,
Twitter.
and YouTube.
You can. I think you can see the old IconiCon videos on our YouTube as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
Just
Get a
to
taste
an
of kind of what's been.
idea.
Yeah. It's been 2 years, so I mean, you know, people may have somewhat forgotten, but IconiCon's never forgotten. Certainly not down. Might be a little bit down, but not out. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Right.
Definitely.
There you go. So I'll give you two, as we close the segment, both an opportunity to kind of give us the best IconiCon sell for people who maybe have not participated before or have participated before, just to get people to come back out. And Diamond, I'm gonna kick it off with you.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Cosplay, food, fun, IconiCon, April 30th.
Corey, can you top that?
going to be all ages. So
Yeah.
if you're a kid, if you're an adult, if you're a teen, come out, experience all the fun, crazy excitement. Like you said, food, fun, all sorts of good stuff. So just come hang out with us. Wear a costume. Like I will be in costume. So like I'm excited.
You're not gonna tell us what though, right?
It might be a Star Wars related costume.
Might be.
We'll see.
Okay. Question mark. Okay. Diamond, are you gonna costume up or?
I am thinking about it.
Okay.
I shall be the stereotypical librarian.
Okay.
Glasses, cats.
Okay. All right.
Shh, be quiet. All
Okay.
that fun stuff.
All right.
So-
Again, like if you have your Halloween costume
Yeah.
laying around, this is another
bring
opportunity
it
to
back
wear
out.
it.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Two uses out of it. So again, get a little more bang for the buck there,
Yeah.
so to speak. Again, IconiCon 2022, it's the 6th annual edition with the Suffolk Public Library, taking place on Saturday, April the 30th at the North Suffolk Library. I want to thank Diamond and Corey for being our guests today to talk about this event. Looking forward to it. A lot of stuff available again on social media. You can check out the lead-ins to that. They got events that are taking place ahead of IconiCon. You want more information on those events, certainly check out the calendar on the Suffolk Public Library website. A lot of great information there on IconiCon, and again, all the multitude of things that are offered through your Suffolk Public Library. That would do it for this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. We will see you next time.
Bye.